Johnny hardly punched me, but anyway.
I thought it was a great fight.
Yeah, well, yeah, that was a nice opening for your interview there, halfway through a conversation. Yeah, it was, to be fair, I wasn't too, I didn't really want the fight, but I thought it'd be, yeah, no, I thought it'd be good to see my progression. I boxed him 4 years ago in my debut, so the overriding decision to say yes to boxing was I wanted to see where I'd improved, and I really, I don't want to say struggled, but I had a hard night that first night, and yeah, it looks like a hard night now, but that's because of all the nuts Johnny throws and all the dirty tricks he plays. But I thought I handled Johnny with a lot of ease, to be fair. I don't know if it looked that way. But yeah, well, you know, I could see the improvements from the last time I boxed him and where I'm at from 4 years ago. So it's a good fight just to gauge where I've come on from back then. And obviously been quite a bit inactive. So it's good to see where I'm at, and now I can start pushing for bigger fights.
For those that don't know, Phil Gill just got a points victory over Johnny GREAVES. Phil Gill, aka the Mountain Man. Tell me a little bit about this look, Phil.
The look, I've always boxed in a beard, and every time I box in the beard, I always push it a little bit further. Reason being is all these opponents, they've got something to moan about, and I just want to irritate them with something. So if I can irritate them with a bit of beard in their face, so be it. You know, anything to get that little edge over somebody.
Good strategy.
And unsettle them. Yeah, and if in this game, little things give you the edge, and I always try and get the edge over somebody with something.
Maybe you should grow a massive, like, punk mohawk.
No, do you know what? Going on here, I don't know if you followed my career with my hairstyles, but
I have a little bit.
I have really long hair for one fight, and every time I got hit, it looked like I'd been whacked solid because the hair just went everywhere. So I had to keep. Yeah. No, I had a mullet. I grew a mullet once, and that was the first time you.
I remember the mullet. It still burns my retina thinking about it now.
Stopped somebody in the first round with a mullet, so it could be back on the cards. You know, best performance that night with a mullet.
You once said to me, big fights, you're going to go purple. So are we hoping to see you purple again this year? Tell me about it.
For the last big fight I had purple, I mugged myself right off, didn't I? Got stopped in the first round. So I think I've done with the out there haircuts now. I think we'll settle down and just concentrate on the boxing now, and maybe the purple will come back one day.
I want to talk about your fight a little bit because that's what we're here to talk about. Johnny GREAVES, very tough boy. Come out swinging as well, landed a few good shots. Yourself, again, do you like being in them kind of scrappy fights, Phil?
No, I like the fights, yeah. I mean, Johnny's close into 100 fights, and he's aiming to get a win. So Johnny come tonight with some ambition, which, you know, sometimes people drop box Johnny and he's got no ambition. He just comes to cover up. And he came tonight to win, which is unusual for Johnny.
Very tough man.
Very tough, and from the first round I knew that I was too strong for him, and he started with the dirty tricks, like dropping me low and headbutting me just to get through the fight. So he went into survival mode after that first round, pretty much. No disrespect to Johnny, because he's a cracking lad. I've got a lot of time for him, and he's a real servant of the sport. And you know, he's a great lad. He's great for boxing. He's one of the characters you need in boxing.
When he gets 100 fights, we've got to do something with him, haven't we? Maybe a special piece or some kind of something to mark that.
It's nice to get him a win, but I think, you know, his opportunity wouldn't be against somebody like me. His best opportunity to get a win is going to be against a guy making his debut. Those kind of things. He's not got the experience. You know, when he was tying me up and pushing things in, you can see I know all the tricks that Johnny knows now. I've been in the game long enough now to know when he ties me up how to deal with that. So yeah, it'd be nice to get Johnny a win though before he gets to 100. Like I say, he's a great guy for boxing, and it'd be a shame to see him retire really, because you know, he's one of those, you learn a lot from him. I mean, even tonight I've learned from him, you know, how to deal with a cut. And this cut was actually getting in my eyes and obscuring my vision a bit.
Can I have a quick look at the cut? Yeah, it does look like it's going to need a couple of stitches, Phil.
Yeah, so it wasn't so much the bleeding, but it was a little bit in there. It was blurring the vision a bit. So it's just learning how to deal with that. What's that?
Your corner was saying you're going to need 6 stitches, Phil.
6. I had Becky Moyer, another journeyman, done me 7 stitches in that eye because I was pasting him as well. So yeah, that's what they do.
He boxed all right today, Becky, didn't he?
I actually didn't see him. You know, Becky's underrated as well. I think if he was to get his weight down a little bit, he'd cause murders.
His record is very deceiving, isn't it?
Yeah. He definitely deserves a few wins out there as well, Becky. Yeah.
Sometimes being the away fighter, though, if it's close, you might not get them decisions. That's part of the game.
That's part of the game. Yeah, I mean, I've looked at maybe, you know, taking a few fights on the road and seeing where I can land up and hopefully, because some of these lads they don't prepare properly. You know, they're too comfortable with setting their ways boxing journeymen. And you take them out of their comfort zone, and you can get a result in other places and not have to do all the work of selling tickets. So you know, it's something I might look at in the future.
As you get older, to maybe pastures, maybe you might think about taking the Phil Gill experience on the road, mate.
Maybe. It's easier than trying to sell 100 tickets and box on the same day. Most people want the tickets on the day, so yeah, it's murder.
Well, listen, I want to thank you for talking to iFILM London. You know, I always enjoy getting you on the channel.
You enjoyed the fight. Hopefully you enjoyed the fight.
I actually did.
An entertaining fight.
I missed the first round and a half because I was doing an interview. Quickly run out, and then it looked good.
Great. Well, thanks a lot for your interview, guys, and keep tuning in, all the viewers out there.
You going to sing us out, Phil?
Do you know what? I'm a really bad singer. I always say, this is another story.
I didn't ask you if you was a good singer, Phil.
No, I'm a bad singer. I always said if I could sing and play a guitar, I'd have a good-looking bird.
I've heard you used to be a bit of a ladies' man back in your youth, Phil.
Yeah, maybe. Right, anyway, I'm going to let you. You're going to run out of tape if I keep talking, guys.
Yeah. Phil, I better get down and watch the next
your interview. Cheers, guys. Take care. Thanks.
This is James Helder with Phil Gill for iFILM London. Thank you, Philip.